What's going on, Jets fans? It's your boy DT back with a quick preseason Week 3 recap. Jets and Eagles, the final seconds are winding down off the clock as we speak. The Eagles are going to hold off the Jets 19-17 after a pretty impressive second half comeback by Adrien Martinez and the Jets offense. However, starting in the beginning, it wasn't all that great. A very sluggish start. Brady Cook started the game. He played the entire first half. The first 6 drives, however, were very sluggish. 3 3-and-outs, 2 4-play drives, and a 5-play drive. 0 points out of any of those 6 drives, obviously. And then Brady Cook gets a 2-minute drive, about a minute 48 left on the clock. He leads the Jets down the field on a very good drive. Started off with a Donovan Edwards run. Then Brady Cook hits Brandon Smith over the middle with a laser of a pass. Great hands by Brandon Smith, continuing his fantastic training camp in preseason. Also very good ball placement by Brady Cook. Then there were 2 back-to-back false starts on the Jets, one by Carter Warren, then the next by Samuel Jackson. And Brady Cook follows that up with an 8-yard scramble. Then one of Brady Cook's best throws I've seen him make all summer, all preseason, an anticipatory throw on a corner route to Quentin Skinner. Huge play. Then they hit a quick out route to Stone Smart. Cook runs again for 7 yards. And then on 3rd and short, he hits Skinner again, once more on a slant route. He puts the ball a little low so Skinner can go down, get it, get back up. They can clock it, and they get a field goal out of the drive to make it 6-3 at the half. And I thought that was very impressive by Brady Cook, specifically the anticipatory corner route throw. He threw it before the wide receiver was out of his break. I love to see that type of stuff, especially out of young quarterbacks. Great to see there. Really the highlight of the entire game was that drive by Brady Cook. The second half, they do, keep it on the ground with Adrien Martinez. He throws a really ugly interception to, I believe, a linebacker, Lewis Seen, of the Philadelphia Eagles. Then they have 2 back-to-back drives where they rush for touchdowns, bringing the game to within 2 points, 19-17. They try to run the ball with Donovan Edwards on the 2-point conversion to tie it. It is no good. He's inches short of the goal line. They review it. The call stands. It's short. 19-17. The Jets are still trying to get the ball back. And with about 3 minutes left, they start calling their timeouts. They force the Eagles into a 4th and 12 situation. They punt the ball. Unfortunately, Martinez is unable to lead the comeback drive. He almost had the team in field goal range. They had a 4th and 10 situation. Martinez, miraculous sack escape, finds Skinner wide open over the middle, but unfortunately offsetting penalties. They got to redo 4th down. They don't make it. Overthrow to Pritchett by Martinez. Eagles hold on to win it 19-17, And with that, we're on to Pittsburgh, right? Preseason's over. We got cut down days on Tuesday, but we're on to the regular season. Starting tomorrow, AG is going to turn the page and have these guys focusing in on Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that's the offensive side of it. Defense, I thought there was some up and some down. The ups were Quantez Stiggers did really well. I thought he had one play where he got beat by John Mechie on a comeback route. I think it was the first play of the game. Easy first down against him in like a softer cover 3 look. But he came back with a really good drive-saving tackle in the flat. Looked like they passed it off in coverage, and he was able to make the tackle, force them to punt on their first drive. Another positive was Malachi Moore. He was flying around all over the place. Tackle for loss, an interception deep. He also had a really good special teams tackle where he hit the guy like on contact with the ball. So perfect timing by Malachi Moore. Definitely his best showing of the day. And then another standout on defense, I would say, would be Braden McGregor. He got the quote-unquote start last week opposite Michael Clemens. He continued to get that start again this week, but most of these guys were out, right? A lot of the 1s and 2s were out for the Jets. But McGregor made the most of his opportunities, right? He had multiple pressures. He even had a sack on Kyle McCord. So I really liked what I saw from Braden McGregor. There's got to be somebody in that edge group that's going to make a push for this roster. And perhaps what Braden put on film today is going to help him with the coaching staff be that last edge guy. Maybe he even pushes a guy like rookie Tyler Barron off the 53-man roster. And like I said in my earlier video today, if Tyler Barron wasn't a rookie, I don't know if he'd get the same benefit of the doubt on the 53 as he might from this coaching staff. So Malachi Moore, Braden McGregor, great games. Brady Cook was my offensive standout, and the other offensive standout / special teams standout was Jamal Pritchett, the wide receiver. He had a fantastic 41-yard punt return that gave the Jets really good field position, which they were unable to capitalize on. And then he had multiple plays where he was just shifty in space, getting yards after catch. He did the quintessential, stop, juke move and let the guy just fly past you. And he picked up a first down multiple times doing things like that. So I loved what I saw from Jamal Pritchett. I predicted him to be in my 53. I think he solidified himself as the punt returner for this team. And I think Nwangu is the kick returner. So to me, that says that Xavier Gibson doesn't really have as much value on this roster anymore. So I wonder if he either gets put on IR with his shoulder injury he sustained against the Giants, or if they just outright cut Xavier Gibson. So that'll be interesting. So those are my 4 standouts: Cook, Pritchett, Malachi Moore, Braden McGregor. I think they all did a really good job, 3 of which are probably fighting for roster spots, right? Malachi Moore is a rookie, 4th or 5th rounder, so he's safe on the roster. And I think they have, high hopes and a big plan for Malachi Moore, and not just this season, but the future. So glad that those guys could, make a presence. And I think I'm most impressed with Brady Cook because of that 2-minute drive specifically. A couple injuries of note, although they both returned to the game, but I do want to acknowledge them. Jarius Monroe, he landed on what looked like his shoulder. He had an Eagles player fall down on him after a catch. A contested catch, I should say, and he was immediately, ran to the locker room with trainers. He comes back. He actually gets put out back on the field again, and then he injures his right hamstring, and that took him out of the game, and I don't believe he returned. So that's one to watch. And then Jarek Bernard-Converse hurt his right leg or his calf. They were kind of stretching it on the field when he was down with the trainers, but he also returned. So the Jets got really thin at cornerback for a minute. They had to put Quantez Stiggers back in the game, and then both guys returned, although Monroe did suffer a secondary injury. So that'll be one to watch because I thought Monroe had a chance to make the safety room, maybe as that 5th safety, depending on what the numbers look like on the 53, because he also gives you some boundary corner versatility. So those are my standouts. Couple injuries of note. But like I said, we're on to Pittsburgh. This is the final preseason game. We have cut downs on Tuesday, August 26th at 4 p.m. So we'll be watching the updates on Twitter and X as the reporters come in. Who's going to get cut? Who's going to stay? Who do we trade for potentially? Who do we possibly trade away? I look at a position group like cornerback. Can JBC be flipped for a late day 3 pick or a potential wide receiver depth option that we like more than a guy at the bottom of our depth chart? So those are things that I'm looking forward to. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Please hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're just about at 800. We're on the road to 1,000 subs. I'm hoping to get there before the home opener against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I just applied for YouTube's pay program, so I'm really excited to get that ball rolling, and hopefully exclusive memberships, super chats, and all of those wonderful options for you guys in the chat on my live shows will be available hopefully as early as next week, depending on the process of applying with YouTube. So stay tuned for all of that, but more updates to come. I will be doing my film dive on Justin Fields and the offense versus the Giants tomorrow. That'll most likely be a pre-recorded video. I'm doing some family stuff this weekend, so I'm trying to squeeze in time where I can, but wanted to come out with a quick 10-minute recap video of this game. Jets preseason's over. We're looking forward to cut downs. Once again, hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're new. I'm DTereman, and I appreciate it. And let's go Jets.